Hi guys, so Anne-Marie Trevelyan, the new International Trade Secretary, the one who took over from Liz Truss, the Brexit Wonder Woman, she released this video on Friday following the final signing of the UK-Australian trade deal. Well, before we criticised how badly this trade deal will be for British farmers, as it would pretty much turn Great Britain into a dumping ground for cheap hormone-treated Australian beef. But while harming UK producers, it will actually do very little to boost GDP. Let's hear what the International Trade Secretary had to say.
Really excited to announce that today we have signed our Australia Free Trade Agreement. We've been getting on with the job of really getting to grips with the opportunities that Brexit has given us, which means that we can trade as a sovereign free trading nation once again and build these close relationships through free trade agreements with our allies, our partners like Australia, countries where we already have a great deal of excellent trade.
But how can you have excellent trade with Australia if you didn't have a trade agreement? Obviously, it's not true. The UK had trade agreements with Australia, even while it was a member of the European Union. But this is what it needs to be presented to the Brexiteers. It wasn't possible to trade until we got this trade deal, or the conditions we had were terrible and we needed to improve them. But at the end of the day, it seems to be Australia who's benefiting from this, not the UK. And we also have to remember that the EU and Australia are currently negotiating a trade deal, which could probably work out better. Probably better because, as I've said before, if you put time and effort into a negotiation, you're probably going to get a better result.
But we have stripped away many of the barriers that existed so that businesses have many more opportunities. We've opened up the opportunities for mobility of our under-35s, so it's going to be easier for our young people to go and work in Australia and vice versa. And we've created enormous digital trade opportunities which didn't exist before. So all those working in our amazing services sectors, we are the second largest services exporter in the world, have the opportunity now to see Australia as a new and growing market for some of those amazing things that we do.
I've actually heard very little from the industries that she's talking about. The only people I've heard from are farmers, the farming industry, and they're not happy with this trade deal. Now, it says here, according to Politico, the British Trade Department argued the deal would lead to a 53% increase in trade between the UK and Australia in the long term. Internal economic modelling, which an independent watchdog endorsed, suggested it would add 0.08% to British wealth GDP by 2035, at which point it would be delivering a 2.3 billion annual boost to the UK economy. So in about 13 years, it will reach 2.3 billion annually. How is that a huge benefit? Because if we compare, for example, what the UK currently trades with Germany, you can see here, this is according to the UK government's own website, Germany is the UK's second largest export market for goods and services and second largest trading partner, accounting for more than 10.2% of all UK trade in 2019, according to the Office of National Statistics. During that period, total trade between the UK and Germany was worth £136 billion. Okay. So £136 billion a year is being sacrificed for 2.3 billion in 2035. And this is a benefit in some way. This is a benefit of Brexit. Obviously, it's not a benefit of Brexit because benefits of Brexit go to other countries, not to the UK. We've seen numerous reports of how as a consequence of Brexit, the economy is shrinking. The Bank of England has said this. The ONS have said this. This is all spin. This is all to convince the public that it was right to vote for Brexit. It was right to damage the economy. And as I said before, I haven't heard many industries step forward and say, yes, we're really happy with this trade deal. It's going to benefit us greatly. The only people I've heard about in regards to this are farmers, and they're very upset. They're deeply concerned about the future of their sector. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.